Hello and welcome back to day 6 of the 30-day movie challenge. Where, today's question is basically a movie that you've seen more than any other. And it was an instant one that I knew that was going to be it because I believe that it is one that I have probably seen far more often than I have of any other movie. And initially, when I was fishing it, I was like, oh, The Little Vampire. That's another one that I'm pretty sure I've watched a good bit of. But thinking about it more logically, that this one is probably the one that I have seen the most of, and that is Thomas and the Magic Railroad. So, what was originally going to be my day one pick is now my day six pick. Just because I have more than likely seen this one the most as a kid. So, I paused there because I actually went and grabbed this photograph that I have of when my mother bought me all sorts of Thomas merchandise. And as you can see right there is the VHS. So that was back in 2001, 2002, give or take. So it's definitely been since I was, 3 or 4 that I have watched this movie so many times. Like, obviously, I watched it quite a bit on VHS, and then I stopped for a couple of years. And now, if I'm struggling to sleep, I know that this is going to knock me out permanently for the night. Um, and yeah, as you see, I was a massive Thomas fan growing up. I'm autistic. It's to be expected. But I have no memory of this, apart from the photograph. I have no memory of this event. And I remember my mother telling me about it years later, of how I got my hands on a lot of this Thomas merch, and that was simply because of some issue that she was dealing with, where she was going to, she was wrongly terminated from a job, and then she had a lawyer involved and all that stuff. And unfortunately, it did not get to court because my mother ended up meeting with them without her lawyer, and signed something, and she got settlement money essentially, from the company that she had worked for, and then she ended up going and bought me all of this. So yeah, that's the memory that is attached to that. And I do remember, for like back when I was younger, until like even in this very house, in this very room, I would watch it non-stop. And hell, I even actually have a poster of it, of this movie. Let me just turn this around right there, that I got from Video Tasties last year. So hopefully that made it in frame. I'm going to need to check it after that, after I finish recording this. But yeah, I love this movie. It's my favorite movie from when I was a kid. Even as a kid, it was my favorite movie of all time. Just because I was a massive Thomas the Tank Engine fan. And through listening to through it when I'm going to sleep, when I'm struggling, when it's those nights where I'm struggling, I know, and I've mentioned this before, I know that if I'm struggling to sleep, the moment I put that on, my mind just shuts off like that, and then I'll just, listen to it, and then probably within like a half hour to 40 minutes, I'm conked out. I will eventually fall asleep. That's the calming effect that it has on me. But it wasn't something that because when I was younger, again, I'd watch it during the weekdays for school, which then my mother found to be incredibly difficult to get me out of bed every morning, which is why then it was delegated to I could only watch a movie before going to bed, uh, during weekends, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Actually, no, not even Sunday. Friday and Saturday were the only days that I were allowed to watch movies before going to bed. But those are just some of the memories there, and that is why Thomas and the Magic Railroad is my number 6 pick. So let me know what your answer is in the comments below. What is a movie that you've seen more than any other? And let me know what you thought of my pick in the comments down below. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'll catch you all back here again tomorrow for day number 7.